Some of the greatest suffering I've ever seen has come from people in a bike race. That's why I love cycling so much. It's probably the most beautiful sport to watch how much pain someone can withstand and continue to go forward. For me, cycling is probably the most beautiful sport, and I played a number of them throughout my life. And the reason I say that is, one, it's probably the most complete sport, meaning it challenges you physically, challenges you mentally, but it really helps you understand what your boundaries are and what your limits are. When you're in a bike race, physically it hurts the whole time. There typically is not much let up in that physical pain, but the mental component is probably just as tough, if not tougher. And there are moments when you want to give up and you want to quit and you just want to stop. And for me, not only does it tell you about yourself, where is that limit for you? When are you going to stop, or are you going to stop? But also, since cycling is a team sport, it helps you understand the people you've surrounded yourself with. What are their limits? Cycling for me is really a complete experience. Physically, it's demanding. Mentally, it's very, very challenging. But it does all the things you want in a very short period of time. And it probably is the greatest microcosm for life that I have found in sports. When people come into a class, everyone's coming in with a different objective. You'll get some people who come into a class just because they want to lose weight. They want to be a little bit healthier. You'll get a triathlete who might come in who's trying to incorporate training on the bike when they can't get out on the road. You might get a pure runner who is coming in, they are rehabbing an injury and they can't run because of the pounding of running day in and day out. You'll get some people who are very, very fit and they're looking to really put some science behind it. They wear a heart rate monitor, they're monitoring what their heart rate is in class, they're looking at perhaps what their VO2 max is, which is a measure of oxygen efficiency. So you'll get a whole host of reasons, ranging from the person who wants to lose weight, to a runner who might be rehabbing an injury, to someone who's a triathlete, to someone who wants to just be a little bit fitter. Every reason is as valid as the other one. And it's nice, it's a nice dynamic to actually bring those different people into one setting and to watch them work together, because everyone adds something different to the room, everyone adds something to the team that is a different strength. And we have different strengths and weaknesses, and a good team complements those strengths and weaknesses. When you're riding in a class format, you might have 25, 35, 45 people in one room cycling together. The energy when it's a good class, when the music's right, when the instructor is leading well, when people in the room are riding hard, the energy is clearly palpable. You can feel it. It is very, very real. You will also notice a sense of people working harder in a group environment than they're ever going to work than if they're riding alone. And that is a benefit of indoor training that once I never thought about that when I started training indoors. I was training primarily to heal from a couple of accidents, but when I started training indoors and you had that sense of energy in the room, it really, the synergy made the experience so much more heightened. And you can feel it in a room. You can definitely feel it. The other thing that a group environment does is you will see progress over time with certain riders. Riders you never thought would come back over and over and over again. The people who, they walk in the first time, you don't know them, and you think they might come to a class, they might come to a couple of classes, but chances are 6 months, 7 months down the road, they probably won't be doing it because it's challenging. It hurts. It's not easy, and you've really got to be able to dig deep. And there's no let up in a bike race, or if you're doing an indoor class properly, a class can be fairly relentless. It's very interesting to see the people who continue to come back, and you'd be surprised it's not always the people you think it would be. And I think we all suffer from making judgments every day, wherever we're at, whatever our life experiences are. And cycling is probably no different from that. Someone comes in, you make an assessment, and one of my favorite things is to see how often I'm wrong.